Okay, a little bit more work on the figure. So I'm getting the figure ready for the white lines that go around his arms and around his legs for his race suit. I haven't done those yet, the ones that go over his shoulder, and there's going to be some that go down his legs. I'll do those once these are done. So I've just got my 1mm masking tape, put that on there, let it settle. The helmet, I've put the bits on the side, you know, the light panels and whatever they are. So you got them ones on the side there. Just got a bit of Milliput, flattened it down, put it on, smoothed it down with water. I don't know if that's a camera. I don't know if that's his camera. But before I did all that, you could see that white line there. It was my feeble attempt to use my scribe and scribe myself the visor, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted, so I just got some household polyfiller and just filled that back in, sanded it down with my my pen sander, and then once that was done nice and smooth, I then put them bits of Milliput on to represent those accessories on the side of his helmet. So now that's all done, I've got to primer that, see how that turns out, and then I've got to paint my white lines on around his arms and legs. Okay, more work on the figure. So I've done all my racing stripes now, and on the legs, and on the shoulders, all around the arms. Took all the tape off, and I've also primed the helmet. So I'll just put my stand down a minute. There we go. So you'll see there's a bit of paint bleed here and there, nothing too major, especially around the boot bottom leg area, because it was like really raised and different surfaces. So I've got to top them up as well. You probably see there, look, where there's a white gone through the black area, so I'm going to stop with that with some black. You got some of those legs as well, so that's that done. Around the side, that's not too bad. The arms, a little bit of paint bleed there, but again nothing too major. So I've just got to neaten those up, and that'll be done. Helmet. So I primed the helmet, and you can see all those little bits of Milliput work I did a bit better. The line for the visor is still there, but it looks better than it did. You can see that one's slightly bigger and that one's slightly smaller. But it doesn't really matter, but I like it the way it is. So like I said, all the Milliput work. And in the underneath, that's just a bit of blue tack to hold it onto my crocodile clip on the stand. But yeah, that's now ready for primer. And I think it looks really nice. I mean, if I get my other one down, what it used to look like, compared to that, you see there's a massive, massive difference. You know, if I turn that to the side there, you see there's a massive, massive difference. Like I said, this is before I got that pen sander. I took most of the work, I took most of all that detail off with my pin file, and all around the back as well. Like I said, you can see the difference. So put that back up there. So with that being said, all I've got to do now is just neaten the race suit up with the lines, and spray this in black and detail it. Right, welcome back. Now the diorama's all done, and it's now off my model table. It's actually sitting on the shelf over there behind the clothes horse, and I've moved the lifeboat diorama next to my runabout. I can actually carry on my street talk now. So the figure's all done now. When I'd left you, I was just about to tidy up the racing suit white lines, and I was just about to spray the helmet because I'd already primed it. So I've sprayed and detailed the helmet now. So I'm just putting that down. Right. So with the helmet, you just take that off the top of his neck. It's all detailed and lovely. So I sprayed that in the Halford Satin Black on top of the primer. Once that was done, I then painted silver on top of all the accessories on the helmet. Once that had dry, I used Tamiya clear red on that bit there, and on those there, Tamiya clear red, and then on the camera I used Tamiya clear green. Let's turn the flash on, see if that does anything. There we go. So you can see that a bit better with the Tamiya clear green. The line for the visor is still there, but it's not looking too bad. Again, that side there is bigger than that side, but that's okay in my feeble attempt at scribing. And then I'll just pop that on top of his neck. So just goes back on the neck. I've actually widened the hole as well. And then he sits on there. He sits on his neck perfect there. With all the lines, those are looking really nice and smooth now. Even though I'd actually painted this in gloss black and matte black, and I really did shape the can, so for some stupid reason the gloss is coming through. But apart from that, the figure's really nice. I've also put my Stormtrooper and Darth Vader hands on now, so hopefully they'll grip the handlebars once I've finished the bike. So I'll just put that on top of there. But the figure is looking really, really nice. I mean, if I get my other helmet down, again, you can see the difference. That's you know, because if you remember the pink one that he gave me for free, the seller, that's what it looked like. But now the figure's done, I can actually start work on the bike now.